said, if you're Austin Reaves' agent, you might be saying to him, hey, the best thing you could do for your career and for the future of your contract is not come back. Now, a player hears that, and a player's like, what are you talking about, man? I got to come back. Those are my guys. I got to get back as fast as I can. I got to do everything I can do every single day. I got to take every ounce of treatment. I got to work with the doctors. My guys need me. I'm not going to leave my guys out there by themselves. I got to get back. But the reality is that you're coming back to a team that doesn't have Luka, and all of a sudden you're more the focus of the defense. And if you don't play well, and last night was a disaster, you might be hurting your chances, not just to get the money from the Lakers. You might hurt your other teams around the league that might be interested in your services, might be like, well, he's good, but he can't help us win a championship because the guy can't play in the playoffs.
Well, look, the reality, I wouldn't go as far as he can't play in the playoffs. He's had some struggles in some games, is what I would say. And he's had struggles in games. And because of that, you have to take that into account in an era of basketball where the finances are more punitive than they've ever been based on who you're paying and what your salary structures look like as a franchise. So you have to be smart. You can't just give everyone the max. Like the days of, hey, I have 3 max players, those days are gone, in my opinion. And if you're doing that, you're just not managing your cap right, in my opinion. So I don't think he's a max player. Like I don't think that the third best player on your team should be a max player. And it doesn't mean they can't get paid handsomely, which he should. That's what I'm saying. 30 to 35 million makes sense to me. But, that extra 10 million is a big deal in today's NBA.
Yeah.
Because it really it's not just the fact that you're paying guys and you get to the cap or whatever, you can go over the cap for your own guys. I get all that, but it restricts you in regards to how you build your roster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works now.
Yeah.
So to me, that's part of it.
Yeah. Let me give you the flip side, though. Let me give you the positive side. Because I do believe that there is a positive. You just said it. When I said he can't play in the playoffs, you're like, no, hold on a second. Time out. It's not that he can't play. It's that right now, look, you're asking a guy, and this is something that he said after the game, because I think it was Trudell who asked him after the game, dude, it's only your 3rd game back, and, you're in the middle of all of this, what do you think? And he's like, dude, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares that I'm only back in my 3rd game. The guy is putting on the uniform. The guy was for the most part during the regular season, he was your 2nd best scorer all year long. And people expect him to, if you're going to put on the uniform and you're going to be healthy enough to play, people have an expectation that you're going to be the player that you were in the month of March. Do you agree with that?
Sure.
Okay. Can you be that player when you've been off for a month? And by the way, can you be that player?
No, it's very difficult.
Right. So there's 2 ways of looking at Austin Reaves. There's the give him credit because he rushed himself back and he got himself healthy, and at least he's here to give you a body and a chance. That's the positive side. The negative side is, dude, you came back so quickly. You had no regular season games, 0 regular season games to kind of get yourself reacclimated with the team and get the rust off. And you've gone right into the fire. And the fact of the matter is, other than game 1 that he came back where he scored 22 points, and even that wasn't a great performance.
Mostly foul shots.
But that's my point, is that he has not been good through his first 3 games. Why would anybody expect him to be good at this point when you've been off for a full month?
And that's why I made the comment about the agent probably doesn't want him to play unless he's sure that he's 100%.
And even if he is, call it 95%, even if he is 100%, his body may be 100% healthy from the oblique issue. It doesn't mean that he's got his cardio. It doesn't mean that his weight is still up. It doesn't mean that his shot is going to fall. I mean, he took so many bad long-range threes yesterday. And I'm saying to myself, Austin, I get it. You're a shooter, but you're not Steph Curry. Steph Curry, you say, shoot, and shoot more. If you're Devin Booker, you say, hey, Dev, go out there and keep shooting. Listen, if you're Luke Kennard, you might say, go shoot the ball more. I'd love to see Luke Kennard have more than 4 shots in a game. But Austin Reaves looks like a guy who was off for a month and then was brought back in the middle of the heat of the playoffs. why do we have this expectation that he's going to be who he was in the month of March? I think it's